Eagle Community Television presents Community Connection with your host, Mike Cooper.
Hello and welcome again to Community Connection from Eagle Community Television. Thanks for watching. Thanks to our producer, Jeff Durall. We're in the offices of Dr. Terry Crull on Malloy Hall on the campus of Fort Hays State University. Dr. Crull is the Director of Choral Works at Fort Hays State and also President of the Haze Symphony Guild. And we understand, too, based on the new president, Dr. Mirta Martin, a limerick consultant as well. What's that all about?
Oh, I do limericks at our college meeting, so this year I was asked to introduce the new president. I'll give you one stanza. I said, we finish what students were starting way back when they took kindergarten. So come tell us how, inspire us now, our president, Mirta M. Martin.
Oh,
that's what I said to introduce her.
Very good.
Then there was thunderous applause, which I said was for me. But then they standing ovation, that was for her.
Off the top of your head, though. Boy, that's
ostensibly off the top of my head. Let me put it that way.
That's thinking on your
feet. Jennifer Sauer aptly noted, he has a microphone, I heard her say. She's astute enough to be aware that this was planned ahead of time, even though Chris and I made it look like it was off the top.
Okay, fair enough.
A lot of fun.
Did you have a relaxing summer?
Boy, I had a busy summer. Our son got married in China, so we spent 10 days in China, and then they were here for a week, after which we drove to Michigan for a reception there with relatives and his college buddies. So for a month, we were gone traveling, and then when we came back, it was 2 days into camp, so it was jump right into that. And so the last couple of weeks have been relaxing and getting ready for school. So it's been a busy but very enjoyable summer for me. So well, yeah, thanks.
Congratulations then on the newest addition to the family.
Our third of our four, and our daughter moved to New York City to start her teaching there. So we helped her with some of that. So a lot of activity in our family. It's fun.
Got to talk about the Haze Symphony Guild to begin, because that's one of the early supporters of the Haze Symphony, which now you're 101.
We're starting our second century. Yep, the oldest long-running orchestra in Kansas, we believe. And so made up of community and students and professionals here from the university. So Ben Klein, the chair of our department and our director, has an exciting year planned. I'll give you some of the highlights.
All right.
We're going to start off with what we're calling the Inaugural Concert, hoping to invite new President Martin there with some popular music. Brad Dawson's going to play his flugelhorn. Ivela and Joe are going to sing. Guest conductor David Upham. And so we're doing a lot of fun things there. I think I make a cameo appearance of some kind, I was told yesterday. In November, we're going to do fall classics with Kay on her oboe, Hillary on a flute, Kristen on the clarinet, and some classical music for November 1st. Our 11th annual Young Artists Competition, which is always an exciting event, in February 7th. This year, it will be pianists. We do all others one year, and then piano players, because their concertos are so more complex. We pit pianists against pianists and vocalists and instrumentalists. And then we end the year, very exciting, with our masterworks in May 2, the Brahms Requiem, German Requiem that Brahms wrote. So my choir is combining with the orchestra, and I get to conduct this year, so I'm very excited about that.
Oh, famous piece, and first time coming to Western Kansas, I believe.
Today is August 14th. Very soon, flyers will be out for memberships, and we canvass about 1,000 people in the community and hope that to get about 200 members of the guild. So I encourage everyone to send us $100 and be a patron. 25 is a friend, 50 is a benefactor, and then of course there's upper levels as well. We've had a couple season sponsors at $1,000 and even one concert sponsor for $2,500 in the past couple of years. That kind of support really helps the guild support what the orchestra does. We give scholarships to students to play in the orchestra. We pay mileage and expenses for a lot of the musicians, especially string players, who come from surrounding communities as far as Dodge, Cimarron, Salina, Junction City, of course, even some from Wichita and Hutch, who come to play in our orchestra because they enjoy playing. And we need the strings because it's not as plentiful as some of the other instruments out here. And we also, support the summer music camp and the string program there that Ivela Allen has instituted, along with band and the choral aspects. So there's a lot of financial support that we can give through the generous donations. Last year we had 100 for the 100th year campaign. That very well. We didn't quite reach 100 people giving $100, but we had close to 200 members, and that's really exciting. to have a small community like this support an orchestra with that kind of financial stability. Gives us a great basis to keep continuing. We rent music, we pay guest performers, we do a lot of things for the orchestra so they can just play the music and we can enjoy it.
And you'd like to have some new recruits for musicians, huh?
Yeah, we're always looking for musicians, string players especially, because that's the hardest instrument to play, the most foundational instrument of an orchestra, and people with experience. Of course, my wife and Nathan from the school play violins, a lot of community members, as well as our faculty and students here at Fort Hays. And then a lot of the wind positions are filled, wind and percussion instruments are filled by our faculty and students here at Fort Hays. So it's a great combination effort, as many communities have, that combine, you know, the university, the community, and the students. And the Haze Symphony Orchestra. It's a great combination.
All right, let's change hats now and have you talk about the new choral season as Director of Choral Works at Fort Hays State.
On October 17th, we'll have our fall concert. We share it with Jeff Jordan and the Wind Ensemble. And this year we're going to do an international theme. And so I'm doing a piece in Russian, some music in French, German folk song by Brahms, and we're doing, I think, the Cuban Overture by Gershwin for the wind ensemble. So Jeff and I will plan the specifics of that, hoping again to invite our new international president born in Cuba,
Absolutely.
Dr. Mirta Martin. She's just a spark plug, and we're excited to get her started supporting our program. So she'll be invited to that, we hope. And I'm going to do a Cuban folk song as well. I asked her if she had a favorite, and see if the choir can work that up for her. The Cathedral Concert this year is on December 7th. We're only going to do one performance this year, folks, 3:30, so come early because it'll be packed. But it's just been too much weather and time-consuming to do two performances. And so we think we can get it all done in one. Of course, the Hays High Chamber Choir from Johnny's groups will be there as well, and the Smoky Hill Chorale. And so exciting season plan.
I like that, though, because it's in the afternoon.
Yeah.
You have a chance to beat the weather sometimes, or at least it's daylight.
Well, you know, when I ask my students, and they like it in the afternoon, even though I like the darkness of night in the cathedral. It's so kind of romantic.
True enough.
But that allows their parents to get here after church in the morning, get home before dark, or if there's bad weather, especially for, you know, senior citizens, it's greater to travel. We did have some cold weather last year, and that made the night performance a little bit thinner crowd. So we're going to one. And that's less time out of the students, especially when we have like the junior high kids. We had the junior high choir as one of our guests last year, and for them to stay from 3:30 or 3 they came until 8 o'clock. That's a lot of parents and kids to ask. And for our own students, it's exam week following, so we're gonna go back to 1.
3:30, December 7th.
December 7th, out at St. Fidelis Basilica.
And yes, absolutely. All right, so where's that poster that we had here?
This one here.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about for the fall musical.
We are so excited about this. Hello, Dolly. What a classic musical. Everybody knows it. We've got some great actors and actresses that are ready to fill the roles. We're going to have auditions, next week, a week from today, Thursday and Friday. And so we're excited about this show. Tommy Williams will do the stage direction, costuming, and Bruce Bardwell, of course, will create a set that's just so creative and functional. And Pam and I will do the music and get them ready. Becky Schaefer's going to help us with some choreography. She's a great dance instructor in town. And we've got a lot of her students in the cast. So a big show and a fun show. We know the whole audience from the Hays community and surrounding areas will love Hello, Dolly. And a good contrast to the shows we've done in the past. So we're excited.
The next stop will be on tickets for the performances, a website that we can use to know the schedules, the times, the locations, that type thing?
Our tickets for all of our events can be gotten at the door. And the prices this year are $7 for general admission and $5 for senior citizens. And students are free with their ID card. So all our high school and college students come to our programs for free. You can call the music office at 628-4533 and talk to Tricia and get information about that. If you're a member at $100 or greater of the Haze Symphony Guild, you get season tickets, so it doesn't cost you anything, and that includes the Fort Hays Opera, which is always in March or April. I'm not sure of the dates this year. I think it's March. And our website, www.fhsu.edu, bring you to the homepage of Fort Hays, and then you can type in tickets or music events, And up should come the Encore series, which is not from the music department, but also should come all of our music department with faculty bios and ticket information, our whole year, our master calendar. And so encourage you to go there and check that out. If you do a Google search, I want to caution people. Sometimes, you know, if you Google in something like Madrigal Dinner, you could get information off of, you know, the Haze newspaper from 12 years ago. I've had people call me and say, you know, why is it on Thursday this year? Well, it wasn't. That was 12 years ago. You need to get the one from this year. So go to our website first and then type in the Fort Haze search box, music or concerts or tickets, and that'll give you the current information.
Since you brought it up, what about the Madrigal?
The Madrigal is due to be done this year, but we cannot for the simple reason that our calendar is in crisis mode as far as Thanksgiving is so late. That we only have 1 week after Thanksgiving before exams. So in that 1 week, we can't do the cathedral concert, all the band concerts, have kids do juries. And so we're trying to come up with a plan for the next couple of years where that calendar is that way. We used to have 2 weeks after Thanksgiving in which to do the Madrigal Dinner and other activities, and then our end of the semester concerts. So we're not going to do one this year, and we're working on how we can best do that. Plus, the Memorial Union has a busy schedule, and the Madrigal Dinner takes a big chunk of their time. So together we decided that we'll wait and see if we can get it redone in a future year when the calendar is more agreeable.
Well, for those of us that follow the music programs, there's just an awful lot that goes on with these kids and with the faculty and staff.
That's another reason why we're cutting back to just one cathedral concert as well. There's a lot going on in the community with the high schools, etc. So
the first time that we are introduced to the music department, I think, will probably be for the marching band with Dr. Lane.
The marching band is gearing up. They're in camp now as we speak, putting together a show. It's going to be called On the Radio, I think, is their first halftime show.
Oh, I like that.
And so it'll be popular tunes off of the radio. The kids will love it. The students at Fort Haze will like that show. And Lane usually puts together 3 different shows over the course of the year. I think he's got plans to do some international or patriotic kind of things as well. But we'll see what Lane has. I have the great good fortune to be their announcer and sing with the band when we start the pregame activities. So the marching band is a great aspect of our home football season. And it starts Thursday, September 4, I believe, is the kickoff classic. And then the rest of the games are on Saturdays.
So once again, give us that website here before we have to quit.
www.fhsu.edu.
All right.
You can go /music, or you can type in the search box to find all of our information.
Well, I have just a moment to conclude with a thank you to you, to the staff, to the faculty, and to those students for bringing us the entertainment, the inspiration, the beauty, the joy that you people bring to our lives here in Western Kansas with these programs.
Thank you. It's very gratifying to have you say that.
It is just something that we could not experience without the support of the music department and Fort Hays State University.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks
to
your
the community for supporting us. Thank you.
And that's our Community Connection with Dr. Terry Crull. Thanks for watching.